you boleh sambung terus sini. Okay. Okay, sekejap tajuk dia gender based violence, right? Ni general, right? Okay, probably Azim, can you explain a bit, Azim?
Okay, gender based violence is the main topic, where gender based violence can split into different types of violence. For example, physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, and also can be categorized into the domestic abuse, where the husband or the wife beating each other. So I try to figure out what is the cause of it, based on the location of the boss.
Okay. So the first one paragraph, I think this one can be one paragraph, is the intro, right? And then you mentioned about Malaysian kan? Based on the student confessions ni, okay, ni in Malaysia lah, at Selangor. The news and ethical based on student convention at the Selangor. Okay, the research regarding the mistake. There is a research conducting show the academic status. Okay, so teachers in. Okay, these two, you need something to relate.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, add something here because you mentioned about gender, right? Gender-based violence, GBV. Sini pun you mention about GBV, right?
Yes.
Example of GBV, and then you mention here you terus pergi domestic abuse. Okay. So are you going to look into domestic abuse? Or domestic abuse?
Because from the Convention of Europe, it said that domestic abuse is also contained inside of the 10 example above.
This one?
Betul.
Ini adalah domestic abuse.
Dalam 10 tu dia ada categorize, lepas tu dia summarizekan kepada 5.
5 ni it is summarized into 5 ni is the domestic abuse. Is it?
Yes, betul.
Sure.
Not generally, because it said that it can dia boleh masuk dalam mana-mana kategori tu. Contoh macam sosioekonomi tu, macam contoh suami tak bagi nafkah gitu lah.
Okay. So what you can do is, boleh tak kat sini you can start mention about domestic abuse.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, so meaning that when you mention about this, you start mention about domestic abuse, and when you mention about domestic abuse, relate to this ni. Kan barulah nampak kan?
Okay.
Faham tak maksud saya? Buat ayat dulu. Okay. Alright. So recently the pop teacher, ni consider domestic abuse ke apa? Example.
Itu
this one domestic abuse?
Bukan. Dia itu lain. harassment, sexual harassment.
Okay, that's why you kena tengok yang fokus. But tak apa, it's okay. It's happy to delete je kan, tak ada masalah. Okay, now you mention in Malaysia. Okay, domestic abuse ni, you cerita dulu daripada mana you dapat. Cari 2, 3, 4 reference untuk yang ni. Search je domestic abuse, then find out the references, sikit maklumat domestic abuse. Lepas tu baru you cerita pasal domestic abuse in Malaysia. Okay? So siapa ni the author? All the author ke? Azim? All the author?
Ya betul Doktor. Semua.
Okay. So you boleh buat at all je. Okay, tahun bila ni?
Tahun ni juga.
Belajar kan?
Baru
belajar kan? Oh, tahun 2021. Okay, so yang ni reference. Kalau ramai, dah belajar belum cara buat reference? Kalau ramai, kalau penulis tu Ali and Abu. Ali and Abu lah. Okay. So kita kata Ali and Abu 2001. Kalau Ali, Abu, lagi siapa? Chong.
Siti.
Azim.
Azim. Kan? Yang ni kita akan jadi Ali et al.
Ali et al.
Azim hilang. Tak tengok cara titik tu. Okay? Cara titik tu saya ajar terus. Nak time to time kita akan tengok benda ni. Okay, make sure macam ni. Ini cara APA. Dia ada banyak cara. Okay, American punya cara ni, APA punya cara. So macam dekat buku you all tu rasa yang ni. Buku panduan tu. Yeah? So Ali et al. Kalau seorang? Ali je? Ali. Okay. So kalau ramai ni. Ni sebab berita harian, kalau boleh ada nama, ada penulis ni. Sebaiknya ada nama penulis kalau macam ni. Author.
Okey Doktor.
Sebab nanti you all dah belajar ambil reference kan? Reference belajar ke?
Betul dah.
References.
Not.
Dah belajar kan? So, references tu kalau you buat APA, references APA. So kat sini kena ikut APA lah. Contoh saya pergi Google Scholar Sebab saya tak nak lah bila you buat benda ni you terus guna benda-benda ni. Nanti lah bila nak buat baru nak ni kan. Contoh domestic abuse. Okay. Alright. So katakan you look into 2021. Okay. Okay, let's say this one kita tengok this one. So yeah, you can use your EndNotes and also you boleh guna lah cara lain. This is kalau dekat Google Scholar So you pilih APA ni. APA dekat EndNotes pun you boleh APA. Okay, ni one author. So this is the reference. This is the reference this is the APA reference. Alright? Nanti reference saya tulis macam tu. Okay, clear tak? Ni cara tulis dia koma and titik ni. Kalau if you go for other type of reference, it could be different lah, you see. Ada sedikit berbeza kan? So just look tu. Ni untuk semua Okay, let's say if you have okay, this one. Ni. Ni seorang juga penulis semua seorang ni. Wah, hebat. Okay, let's say this one. Ni ada. Okay, you see here ramai ni. Chandran, Katie, Bradbury, Kak Raza and bla bla bla. Dia ada ramai ni. So yang ni kalau this one you can write Chandan je. Ambil Chandan je. So Chandan et al. 2001. Okay. So everyone okay?
Okay,
Ya,
doktor.
so yang ini sebenarnya okay, nanti bila tulis titik ni kena buang. You tadi ada titik sini kan. Bila ada reference, kita dia punya point titik ni kat sini. Not kat sini alright. Hopefully everyone okay Any question about this? Reference APA sebab I need to give you a practice from at early stage about this so that your report nanti looks nice kan. Okay, two things just now. The first part is the abbreviation, remember? Then I teach you today so that you can have teruslah benda ni. You know already about this, okay, abbreviation and also references and citations. Okay, any question? Okay. So, the research is conducted. Okay, ini you need to add on more. Azim, to understand gender violence social. Okay, sekarang ni you talk about domestic abuse, right? So how it is related to gender violence? Azim?
Because usually men show their power toward women.
And then?
Okay. That's why.
Meaning that, okay. Meaning that you are looking at the physical verbal here. Tak apa, saya dulu kot, nanti tulis dulu. So maksudnya, gender violence ni one of the important element lah. Kan? Betul tak?
Betul.
Okay. Okay. So, gender violence, it will reflect to the domestic abuse. Betul tak?
Betul, doktor.
Dia ada this one, okay. So kat sini, the research conducted domestic abuse. So you kena mention kat sini, you kena ada domestic abuse and gender violence. Okay. You kena ada how it is related. Okay, boleh? And then, baru you masuk because you nak mention about, orang tak faham lagi about gender violence kan. And then, to know, need to probably look into detail about domestic abuse or to understand more or how to see the domestic abuse itself. One way is through gender violence. Kan? And then baru you cerita, okay, how to understand the gender violence. I think your topic is more on gender violence kan? Betul?
Betul, doktor.
Okay, so kena ada related to this one Alright, so now you are mentioning about these several methods. Okay, kalau now gender violence ni, apa yang buat untuk dia? Is there any solution yang ada untuk gender violence ni? How people look into that instead of social media? Okay, find methods or mungkin orang buat survey ke kan? Methods. Okay, mungkin example survey or other methods lah. Other methods relate violence. Mesti dah ada, betul? Letak je dalam 2-3 kat sini. Example of methods. Contoh survey analysis, katakan. Survey analysis for, contoh ni, I'm not sure whether ada ke tak benda ni Survey analysis for public, for household contohnya. For example, right? Related to gender violence or domestic abuse. Okay? Boleh?
Boleh, doktor.
Okay, or GB. Right? Okay. So from here you dah ada method ni. Lepas tu you kata okay, to understand dia, lepas tu baru you masuk social media pun mungkin satu yang good untuk to further investigate, right? Nampak tak dia punya flow? Okay, can you see the flow, Azim?
Yes, doktor. Boleh.
Okay, so now baru you mention about several methods. Okay, you pun ceritalah sikit on NLP, sensitive method on sensitive topics where human enable. Okay, so kat sini you kena masukkan balik the social media, especially Twitter untuk tengok domestic abuse and gender atau violence saja. Tengok apa yang orang dah buat existing work on social media. Okay, kat atas ni existing work on anything lah. Yang kat sini anything general, right? Yang ni on solution dia on social media related to GB on Twitter. Apa buat? Okay, buat tulis je apa hilang ni. Okay, right, then baru cakap trend and pattern. You nak cerita bahawa you nak detail about this pattern kan, endless issues in gender violence performed to understand. Okay, in order to mention this we need to have a supporting evidence. Kata dah ada lah method orang buat guna sentiment contohnya, or guna anything lah, method yang you jumpa from your reading. Okay, boleh? Can you get it?
Yes, doktor. Boleh.
Okay, performance tag. Okay, lepas tu bila you cerita ni, you nak kata tax analytics kat sini you kena mention about tax analytics sedikit. Tak apa, ada banyak maklumat pun tak ada masalah for this one. If you have more information, there is no problem because we can move the information ni, what you have right here everyone. You write banyak dalam ni pun tak salah. And then you can move it to literature review in chapter 2. Okay, don't worry. Yang mana if there is okay lah to be in literature review. So here the aim of the study is to uncover insight, trend and pattern major and endless. Ni ayat ni revise. Saya tak faham ni. Okay, revise. Revise sikit apa maksud dia tu. Performing task lah. Okay, performing task analytic kena ada kat atas tu sikit. Abstracted based on finding human behavior, human to understand what's human behavior. Okay, this one is very general. Human behavior ni maksud dia apa? Right? Okay, let's go into the problem statement. Okay, Hazim, you kata in Malaysia the major contribution. Sekejap nak kena angkat phone. Hello? Ya. Ya. Hah? Tak ada. Lah. Tak ada bateri kan? Nanti dah bagi jam lain. Okay. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum. Okay, sorry. Anak saya sekolah asrama, so saya kena angkat call tu. Alright. So data collected show. Okay, this one Azim. Yang ni domestic abuse ni. Yang ni where do you get this information?
Dia cuma dia tunjuk statistik je, tapi dia apa?
Okay. Maksudnya based on this statistic.
Betul.
Tapi ni dekat United Nation.
Bukan tu. Ada dekat saya jumpa dia beritahu
Oh, you ada lah.
statistik je.
Okay. Boleh you letak citation dia.
Okay, okay.
You letak citation dia. Tapi nanti dekat your literature review nanti, you kena letak statistik tu. Okay, kat sini
Okay.
just letak macam ni je. Okay, citation must be that. Okay, based on the material. Ni baru ada maklumat tentang domestic abuse and gender violence. Okay, maklumat ni I think you boleh cerita kat atas dekat introduction.
Okay.
Boleh?
Boleh.
But it's okay to put here in a brief. Okay, kat atas sana dekat background the statistik tu. Sebab your focus is a gender violence. Kita tak nak dia terlalu general. Okay, based on United Nations, they define domestic abuse is is a pattern of behavior. So what is the problem here? Where is the problem?
Due to the domestic abuse, we can say that the Malaysia current problem on gender violence is domestic abuse. I try to
inilah isu utama kat sini.
Yes.
Tapi kena revise lah ayat dia. Pasti nampak problem. Itu adalah problem. Okay, other than that. Ada lagi? Other than that ni. Macam yang ni. Kan ayat kadir ni. Kena tengok macam mana nak tulis tu. Citation ni. Tulis betul-betul. Jangan tulis nama semua. Okay, never ending. Okay. So issues that partner contribute more than 50%. Okay, yang ni pun is one of the problem you boleh. Dua lah. Kat sini the problem statement. I think this one. And this one. Okay, ni support lah actually ni. Contribute 50%. Okay, kat sini more on woman lah Woman lah kan, betul tak?
Betul.
Okay. So woman fokus on woman lah. Nanti dekat you punya research scope tu you boleh research scope ni, you kena ada lah nanti research scope buatlah nanti research scope. Kena masukkan woman ke apa ke. Okay. Right. So what are the processes involved in extracting information? Okay, what method is the best to uncover? Okay, yang ni kena tengok which one yang you nak guna ni. You nak tengok semua ke? Trends, patterns ni. Trends, pattern ni adakah maksud dia bersama atau berlainan? Okay, try to look back. Okay, what type of cases need to be focused based on time? What does it mean, this one? Is there anything that you want to develop here?
Tak ada. Dia just macam dia punya pattern tu, macam contoh Malaysia domestic abuse yang paling banyak untuk gender violence. So maybe dekat contoh dekat India can I say this? Rape.
Ini this like the result lah kan?
Yes, betul.
The final result, right? So
yes.
Mungkin you boleh buat how to develop. Mungkin tak cukup baca lagi lah, nanti akan ada lah a model, okay, to identify. Ni nantilah, okay, how to develop a model to identify gender violence based on Twitter, right? Okay.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay. Model timing okay dulu yang ni. Betulkan dulu yang ni, mungkin kena tengok balik lah. Okay, ni SB lah kena tengok ni. Jumpa SB, jumpa tengok. Okay. Alright, so kita baru dua tengok. Okay, let's move on. Siapa dulu yang add on ni? Saya nak ambil siapa dulu yang Hasif.
Ya, saya.
Okay, Hasif. Grading problems detection. Okay, dah tunjuk kat supervisor, Hasif?
Belum sempat lagi, Doktor. Supervisor saya busy. Saya dah tanya untuk create session tapi dia busy lagi.
Okay. Shortness breath. Okay, your topic is on breathing problems detection in sound pattern. Okay, the first thing I want to ask is about data. Do you have any potential to retrieve data for this one because you want to look into the breathing problem?
Dalam Kaggle ada existing data dah, saya ada jumpa hari tu. Tapi data dia more to, dia audio data lah, tapi more to asthma, pneumonia dengan breathing problem yang lain-lain. So existing data dah ada lah.
Okay, so it's okay lah kalau dah ada. Existing data is like your backup lah. If you think about using existing data, it's okay. For me, it's okay. If data is enough for you to test it out. Yeah? Okay, so let's look into this. Breathing is a process of that every people. Okay, you start. Okay, cerita sikit how you write your background ni. How you write your background?
Saya tulis background ni cerita pasal breathing dulu. Lepas tu saya dia explain yang first yang saya explain adalah high respiratory rate ni. Dia macam breathing rate yang tinggi lah. Kita boleh detect yang kalau breathing rate tinggi ni awal-awal kita boleh tahu ada problem dengan breathing pattern dia tu. Jadi kita boleh avoid daripada macam orang ada cardiac arrest kan, sakit jantung ataupun masuk ke ICU lah. Lepas tu saya explain juga irregular breathing ni something yang kita should be worried about. So itu tujuan saya tulis yang first ni dulu. Okay.
Okay. Tapi dia punya ni macam ni 2008 ni lama sangat.
Itu saya cuma ambil macam
yang baru juga,
definition. Boleh.
Okay, so you are looking at the if you are considering data that you have right now, what are the breathing aspect that they are looking at?
Dia yang existing data ni ditengok daripada irregularity of the breathing pattern.
Okay, so try to look at the irregular. Okay, so your aim is more on try to look into irregular. Betul?
Ya betul.
Data tu dia regular and irregular. Is it?
Yes.
Dia ada dua-dua ke? Data set tu
irregular. From apa yang saya dah baca dalam dataset tu dia ada yang irregular tapi yang untuk regular saya tak pasti lagi. Saya rasa maybe ada included. Saya kena check balik.
You kena tengok detail data tu. I think for us to go to hospital to obtain this kind of data is very difficult. For me lah, I'm not sure. Mungkin supervisor, siapa supervisor? Prof Azina
Prof Azina.
Your supervisor siapa?
Prof Azlina.
Tak tahulah kalau Prof Azina. Okay. Kalau Prof Azina ada nak pergi ambil macam mana, but for me, I suggest that you use the benchmark data yang dah ada and focus what you want to do with the data. When you look at data, is it irregular only or regular? I'm not sure about that. If irregular only the data, probably need to think about how with the data. So try to find out is there any publication using the same data set. Yeah. So it's easy for you to proceed. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hasif ya. Alright. So
Okay.
sekarang ni you kena intro about the breathing. And then you need to if you are focusing on irregular, so lead the right up ni towards the irregular, because irregular is the issue, right?
Betul.
Irregular. So irregular ni you need to find up. You need to story. You need to have a storyline here, right? Barulah
Okay.
you cerita tentang classification. Ada pernah tak orang buat classification of breathing, kan? Ataupun a similar work, right? So add in here. Boleh? In previous
Boleh.
work. In brief je. In brief. In brief. Okay. Okay. So, kalau boleh kena betul-betul cepat lah ni. Ni pasal COVID-19 ni mesti kena ada reference citation ni. Mesti ada lah, saya rasa. Tak boleh lah, tak ada, takkanlah you dapat tahu macam tu je kan. Yang ni yang ni mungkin dah signifikan ni, bukannya kat sini kot. Boleh nak cerita, just buat story kat sini, is okay. Alright?
Brief je lah.
Problem statement. Asthma has affected an estimated amount and causes the alarm. Okay, yang ni cerita pasal asthmatic. Causes abnormal breathing pattern, therefore differentiate between okay, so you want to differentiate the breathing patterns ke?
Kalau boleh saya nak, tapi patutnya fokus saya more to nak differentiate between regular breathing dengan non-regular. Tapi kalau dapat differentiate antara different causes tu macam bonus lah pada saya.
So sekarang ni dalam problem ni you kena letak betul-betul apa problem dia. Okay, there are a lot of causes. Tapi apa problem dia? Okay, meaning that you kata the problem is it's not an easy task ni. It's not an easy task to differentiate. But is it true what you want to do? Okay, so please find out more information about this. And 2016 ni saya rasa tak betul lah, tak best ni. Okay, you can add on more. Okay, cari point. Okay, ni mungkin you ada satu point here. You need to have 2 to 3 point lah. At least 2 or 3 point ya. 2 or 3 point for the problem statement. Alright?
Okay.
Kenapa saya sakit tangan sebenarnya? Tangan saya belum baik. Okay, so how to differentiate the difficulty of breathing. Ni pun how you want to do this? I don't think you can do this, right? This is based on data yang ada lah. How to classify, maybe okay. How to classify, I think okay. How to ni, I don't think so.
Alright. Okay. Nanti saya
ni pun tak clear. Okay, tak apa, tulis find out more details.
Alright.
To how to classify. Okay, and then tak boleh, saya pun tak boleh nak cakap lagi. You kena ada more information about this. Alright, so next we have saya ambil an hour ago lah 45 minit an hour ago. Siapa lagi an hour ago kat sini? Okay, Ali. Okay, Ali.
Ya, saya.
Buat apa Ali? Surveillance on safety attire. Safety attire. Okay. Okay, cerita Ali.
So basically sistem ni dia boleh detect orang yang tak pakai dia punya PPE, protective personal equipment, macam helmet, safety apa tu, yang jacket tu, safety boot. Sebab kat Malaysia kan ramai gila kan doktor, orang yang tak pakai kan, kerja pakai topi yang lembut.
Dia pakai ke tak? Saya tak check. Macam mana you tahu?
Tapi kalau macam doktor tengok tepi-tepi jalan semua orang macam dia tak take care lah, safety lah, pakai slipper pergi kerja. Kalau macam batu jatuh ke bahaya lah doktor.
Tak
So, macam
data. Oh, okay.
Ya.
So you
data
letak
dia saya
ni
dah
lah
jumpa.
kat sini ni. You letak ni lah. You letak the percentage ni.
Tapi yang ni saya tak
okay.
refresh lagi doktor sebab tadi doktor baru cakap
Oh,
refresh kan, jadi saya baru tahu.
Woman.
Saya tak refresh lagi lah.
Nanti refresh. Okay, satu lagi what you can do is you boleh interview interview staff, interview orang yang kerja dekat situ. Ketua dia lah. Dia yang tahu ramai orang pakai ke tak. You can do that. Okay, you can do the interview. You boleh tanya dia untuk tahu maklumat ni. Boleh? Nanti tolong PM saya untuk saya bagi nombor untuk you interview. Awak buat dengan saya ke dengan siapa yang ajak? Ali saya Okey, Ali
Betul.
PM saya untuk saya bagi nombor ada seorang ni saya kenal lah, dia banyak kerja site lah kat construction, so mungkin boleh interview dia, tanya dan take note apa yang dia cakap lah tentang safety. Okay, so you boleh masukkan kat sini dekat problem and then boleh cite orang tu sebagai orang yang you interview. Okay, so boleh cerita sikit on your research background, apa ni cerita dia?
Cerita dia macam ramai organisation yang bayar pekerja macam bayar sikit lah. Tak take care of their safety, macam tak, kadang-kadang ada yang tak fully bagi diorang. Hello doktor?
Ya, okey.
Okay.
Ya, proceed.
Macam tak bagi equipment sepenuhnya lah. Lepas tu diorang pun tak kisah. Lepas tu ada yang pekerja like for example kalau seorang ni tak pakai barang, tak pakai helmet semua kan, dia influence pekerja lain untuk tak pakai helmet juga. Sebab macam member aku tak pakai helmet, jadi macam aku tak payah kot. Macam tu kan doktor. Masa orang yang pantau pun tak ada time tu. Macam tak ada orang nak bagi orang safety concern lah. Diorang pun tak concern buat dia own safety. Sebab ikut member macam tu lah doktor. Lebih kurang macam tu lah doktor.
Okay, what happened outside from Malaysia?
Hello?
Okay, kat sini you mention about the construction areas poorly safety record. Okay. Safety record has poorly safety record ni 2012. Cuba cari yang 2021, 2022 boleh? Cari juga maklumat. Tahun
Okay doktor.
21, 20 add on.
Alright.
Okay, majority construction country Bangladesh.
Itu
Betul
saya
ke? Indonesia ke Bangladesh? Siapa cakap ni? Jangan main-main letak ni. Marah. Saya dah lah ada seorang from Bangladesh nak buat PhD dengan saya ni. Saya tengah pening dah ni. Hai. So jangan main-main diorang pandai-pandai semua. Diorang dah masuk construction, dah masuk peladangan, sekejap ni dia jadi pensyarah pula. Habis kita kena jajah nanti. Hati-hati sikit. Even tu, you are ni ke? Record ke ni? Alamak, saya dah sebut benda pelik ni. Alamak. Apa? Jangan duk post kat orang. Okay, even though most construction workers are imported, the organisation still do not have safety. It's become necessary to consider safety manner, safe behaviour ni. Over the past few years, there have been a lot of accidents. Okay, accident ni only this one reported Ali.
Yang itu yang saya jumpa kat artikel lah.
Jumpa lah. Tak apalah, dah jumpa. Okay. Okay, so what is your... Okay, from this, what are the solution previous orang dah buat for the detection of the workers ni?
Previous tu macam dia bukan buat kamera, doktor dia buat macam mesin tu. Contoh lah yang saw machine doktor kan. Yang potong besi semua tu kan. So, kalau kadang-kadang orang tak tangan kan, letak tangan jari dia orang kan, mesin tu macam boleh terus detect masa dia stop terus. Itu macam tapi dia bukan buat itu prevent pakai mesin lah. Dia bukan surveillance.
tulis kat sini existing solution. Okay, masuk kat sini existing solution. Sebab kita kena ada solution baru nak. Bila talk about existing solution ni, then you baru go moving forward to object detection yang you nak buat. Betul? Dia mesti ada flow.
Okay.
Baru go towards object detection. Right? So there are some methods similar study. Mungkin ni you revise lah dekat atas ke kan? Okay. Study to recognize in real time. Are you sure in real time? In a near real time. No need real time lah. Near real time. Apa ni. Okay. I buang I. I ni tak boleh lah. I hope. Ni bukan nak buat surat kat awet ni. Nak buat. Okay. Construction. Okay, problem tadi satu is the personnel. Okay, kalau you ada isu dia dalam statistik, you boleh add on kat sini juga. You have mentioned kat atas, but letak in brief kat sini. And relate to the issue lah. Ini that the accidents kan, the apa semua tu. Boleh? Statistik and apa tadi? Issue. Okay, relate to issue. Statistik to issue. Okay. So even if some of the first, okay. Alright. If this is a case study, you want to do in Malaysia, right? Is there any data? Benchmark data from outside? Ada jumpa?
Data saya jumpa madam, doktor. Pasal yang equipment semua tu. Ada gambar-gambar semua. Membanyak gila.
Ada?
Ada.
Kalau ada, okey lah letak dalam scope lah nanti. Ada tak, okay, based on that data, is there any publication?
Publication macam mana doktor?
Publication.
Dia macam dia tunjuk satu Google, apa ni? Google, apa namanya? Google, satu Google file lah. Macam tekan masa macam bagi banyak data, masa boleh ambil data dari situ.
Tak apa. Kalau you jumpa ada publication, dia lagi mudah. Sebab from the publication, kita boleh tengok isu dia. It can be one way of doing it lah. Orang lain pun sama kalau you tengok data from benchmark data, and then there is a publication based on that. What you can do is look at the drawbacks. Okay, the drawback. Remember the table that I shared with you tu? Ada drawback kan? So what are the drawbacks? The drawback can be possible for us to consider as a problem statement. Kan? Betul tak? Drawback tu problem lah kan? Yang tak selesai lagi. Ataupun kelemahan dia. So you need to overcome that issue, that problem. Okay?
Okay, doktor.
Alright. What kinds of object system? What is the most efficient software? Okay. Efficient model lah kat sini. Surveillance. How will this system ataupun how to develop a system to detect lah. Okay. Okay, nanti kena tengok balik. Jumpa supervisor untuk tengok balik. Alright.
Okay, doktor.
Betul kan? And then jumpa supervisor. Semua orang pun sama. Okay, siapa pula next? 1 hour ago, Marina.
Saya.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum doktor. So, my topic is early diagnosis of Dr. Yuzi.
Supervisor? Dr. Yuzi, okay. Okay,
so,
boleh.
My topic is early diagnosis of postpartum depression among women using fuzzy expert system. So generally, I will develop a system to diagnose postpartum depression among women with the help of domain expert, which is psychiatrists. And then the system will diagnose based on patient's symptom, and at the end of the session, the system will give some treatment recommendation. So macam tu lah.
Okay. Okay. I think your citation ni kena cari yang recent juga
Yang tu kan saya refer artikel
Okay,
tu dia 2020 apa dia?
Okay.
Artikel tu dia 2021, tapi ayat yang saya nak ambil tu dia dah cite daripada artikel yang lain. So kira macam secondary data. Faham tak? Tak faham
So you refer kat siapa? You refer kat yang lama ke yang sekarang?
Yang artikel yang
tu the old one.
The recent one, tapi ayat yang orang tu pakai dia macam cite daripada artikel tu, faham tak? So saya kena letak nama, saya kena cite under yang artikel baru ke artikel yang lama?
Itulah, you refer artikel lama ke?
Actually saya refer yang baru, tapi saya mungkin ada tak faham sikit ke. Tapi saya ikut artikel yang lama, artikel yang baru sebenarnya.
Apa yang you nak cerita ni is based on artikel baru ke is based on artikel lama? Of course lah, orang tu mesti right. You pergi jumpa tak paper 2005 tu, paper 2004 tu?
Apa dia?
You ada tak paper yang 2004 ni?
Ada juga.
So you nak refer yang mana? Itu yang penting.
Okay. Tak apalah, nanti saya refer yang baru. Sebab okay.
Apa yang you nak refer? Nak refer ke mana? Apa yang what are the information that we deal with? Okay, from which article? Itu yang penting. So you know which one to add in, right? Okay.
Faham?
Jadi okay, so please add on yang tu So kat sini you kata you want to develop system for diagnosis of aspartum with the help of domain expert. And okay, domain expert siapa? Who are the domain?
Dia psychiatrist.
Dah ada, akan ada lah nanti.
Saya kenal orang tu sebab saya pernah interview dia juga time SEM 3 untuk group project, adalah group projects untuk ISP 543 tak silap.
Okay, nanti for this one, ethics, you need to buat betul-betul ethics ni isi
Yang form tu
in case lah.
Okay.
Ethics. Semua orang kena isi form tu, bukannya seorang je. Semua orang kena isi, tetapi yang ni sebab dia lebih banyak sangat, you mungkin berjumpa dengan orang kan, domain expert sebagainya. So probably sepatutnya okey lah, tak ada masalah. Cuma memang kena isi clear, make it clear about. Okay, so your aim is to do fuzzy expert system. Okay, you mentioned about earlier stage. Meaning your data ni memang your expected of the system is for earlier stage. Have woman at the earliest. Are you sure based on data that you have?
Rasanya kalau nak diagnose orang tu ada ke tak, saya rasa saya kena tukar kot ayat tu.
Check balik. Sebab you have the, you think about data already, that's why I ask benda ni. Sebab it must be reflected to that. Okay. So problem, new mothers after baby kills with changes. Okay, what is the problem here? Which sentence you mentioned about problem?
Yang second paragraph tu, dia tak, women dia unaware they are facing postpartum depression.
Okay, so bila dia nak unaware, so what happened?
Nanti dia dekat dekat paragraf yang ketiga. So nanti dia akan jadi chronic. And maybe outcome dia boleh jadi suicide.
Okay, I think kan, okay, dia unaware, lepas tu dia kata kat sini the most important is about delay, right? Delay. Delay may have maksudnya kalau you tak aware at earlier stage, then it will be delay lah for the diagnosis ni kan. Okay,
betul.
So kat sini this one, I think this one, but you need to look back lah. Mungkin make it flow for this one ni. And aware and then what happened kan, betul tak?
Betul. Saya rasa nanti buat satu paragraf cukup.
Okay, so I think the point, satu paragraf pun cukup.
Okay.
Cerita panjang. Cerita panjang tu dekat literature review, dekat depan intro ni pun brief, yes, so that orang understand. People understand about ni. Okay, so what is the symptom? How to design system architecture? How to develop fuzzy? Okay, what are the symptoms? Are you looking at the symptoms?
Sebab nak diagnose orang tu dia ada postpartum depression ke tak, kena tengok based on the symptoms.
So what happened to the current system? Is there any current system or current solution? Current solution or current system? What happened? Ada ke tak ada? Right now. So you need to tengoklah ada tak orang pernah buat this kind of ni. Okay? Boleh? So it could be benda ni pun jadi satu isu lah. Maksudnya many people or when women cannot even though they have symptom but they cannot diagnose. It could be probably the system sekarang yang ada manual ataupun if there is a software how it works. Okay, so based on this find out the drawback. Right? Find out the drawback. Right? Okay. So kat sini pun you boleh juga dekat atas ni apa yang solution orang dah buat sikit in the brief. Alright.
Okay, thank you so much doktor.
Okay. Okay, siapa lagi nak ni? And our goal. Nur Natasha. Saya tak tahu. Okay, siapa nak suruh saya tengok? Saya tak tahu dah yang mana satu. Ni.
Tapi saya rasa Haikal Zakwan lagi lama daripada saya.
Siapa dulu ni? Saya tak tahu ni. Haikal dulu.
Kalau Haikal nak kasih saya boleh je, tapi sebab saya tengok tadi Haikal yang dulu daripada saya, yang letak dulu.
Guru dulu net.
Faham. Pukul berapa sekarang? Bolehlah saya tengok Haikal dulu, lepas tu kita tengok lagi. Nak ikut masa kan? Okay. Boleh ikut saya ikut masa lah kan? Baru adil. Okay. Haikal banyak benda tak siap ni. Tak tulis lagi ni.
Saya baca tak siap lah. Sebab tu saya nak pergi dulu ni.
Tolong tulis kat saya, bagi saya lusa.
Boleh.
Lusa hari apa? Bagi saya lusa ke esok saya nak tengok. Saya supervisor awak kan?
Doktor.
Bukan. Tajuk pun tak ada ni. Tolong buat cepat. Objektif dah ada. Okay, ni apa tajuk dia ni? Noise pollution.
Ini yang noise cancellation.
Tolong tulis. Citation pun tak ada ni. Tak boleh tengok. Okay, next. Siapa? Natasha.
Boleh doktor.
Okay, Aisyah, Natasha, siapa ni?
Dr. Azlin.
Okay. background of the study. Okay, story sikit your background.
Okay, so background study ni mula-mula saya explain scam tu apa and apa scammer buat. Lepas tu saya briefly bagi tahu yang semasa COVID-19 ni, during the COVID-19 season, the increase of scammers increase. So a lot of ways yang scammers akan fraud lah. Diorang punya fraud scheme. And then saya explain sikit types of scammers. Sebab saya nak buat clustering, saya akan cluster in terms of types of cluster lah. So saya yang Lipo also stated the top 8 ni saya bagi tahu lebih. Lepas tu saya tambahkan what's the clustering techniques that I'll be using, which is K-means clustering techniques. Itu je. Itu background study.
Okay. Okay, is there any statistic or any
Statistik saya letak dekat problem statement.
Okay, letak dekat problem statement.
Yang first tu amount of the first paragraph of the problem statement is how many reports and how much money yang dah kena on scamming, and the second is a type yang scammers guna. Saya guna yang Macau scam, which is diorang pura-pura jadi LHDN punya agent.
Okay. Okay. You kata kat sini you nak buat phone number scammer detection. How this solution will help will solve this problem ni? There are many problem there ni. Problem ni. So how your detection system can help?
So my detection system will be on the reports lah. Saya akan scope saya akan ambil from the scam.my to caller app. Saya akan dapatkan info daripada app-app yang macam tu, yang ada tulis dia ada bagi phone number. Lepas tu including on how many reports yang orang dapat detect, yang kalau orang accept the call and then ada bunyi robot ke, and cara dia cakap tu macam dia tipu-tipu macam tu, or ada yang orang dah pernah kena ke, in terms of the reports yang dah dalam tu. So untuk future possible victims, kalau macam ada orang tu call dia, lepas tu akan tulis lah, okay, this phone number is a scam. Dia macam tu caller,
so kat
tapi
sini in your
kenapa tak keluar?
Ni I rasa dekat you punya research question ni kena ada what is the current current research, what is happening lah, bukanlah ni maksudnya current characteristic ke, something, because you want to detect, you need to know what is the element or characteristic that you need to detect, betul? Any issues ke factors ke, so I think kena ada yang tu. How to identify scammer ni, bila you develop you will identify. Okay?
Okay.
Techniques, how many technique that you want to use?
For now saya baru research on K-means je. Mungkin lepas ni saya akan tambah lagi.
Sekarang ni, is there any similar work on this phone scammer ni? Ada tak you jumpa orang dah buat ke?
Mostly saya tengok ramai buat yang fraud scam yang email, bukan phone number. Kalau phone number pun artikel on macam mana dia kena je. So literature review saya tak start lagi lah in detail. Saya tengok-tengok macam tu je.
Okay. Okay, for the time being, it's okay. You have information a bit at least. Okay, I think okay this one. Okay, cuma kalau ada solution from outside, it's not Malaysia. Any okay, kat sini kan bila you nak kata clustering detect guna phone ni, you kena mention sikit lah apa yang orang dah buat. What is the previous solution? What is the effort that has been done to avoid scammer. You boleh mention lah about the email, the apa tu kan, the detection and on. Of course in your literature nanti you akan buat detail. But kat sini you boleh lah cerita sikit so that orang aware that there is a solution but there is still a new solution for that kan. Okay. Alright.
Truecaller app tu pun sebenarnya satu detection dah.
Betul. Okay, next apa?
Thank you, Rektor.
Welcome. Okay, next kita tengok seorang lagi. Aris. Okay, Haris.
Yes, Doktor.
Ya. Okay, boleh explain sikit?
Okay. First project ni asalnya untuk home base cardiac rehab. Sebab sekarang ni cardiac rehab tak banyak kat Malaysia. Lagipun cost tinggi. So my project is to create an app untuk buat home base rehab.
Besar ni macam nak buat ni. What is your betul tak? Many things. What is your scope? I think you need to have to make it a certain part. Which part that you want to do? Looking at this.
My part is doing personalization untuk patient cardiac.
Okay, I cannot imagine what is your final output for this one. Do you have an idea of final?
Saya cakap, patient cardiac arrest, dia orang ni ada pelbagai masalah yang berlainan antara patient-patient. So, my focus is to personalize every patient and then to recommend their exercise or to rehab.
Okay, meaning you want this is like a recommender system?
Sort of.
Tak clear ni. Tengok tajuk pun tak clear lagi. Okay, is this for recommender? You want to recommend to the patient, or how is the outcome actually? If you can think right now lah.
The outcome. Nak tahu patient tu sepatutnya boleh buat exercise yang mana. Untuk yang low risk, high risk.
Maksudnya it is like a recommender system lah kan? One that you want, betul tak?
Pardon?
This one, I'm thinking of when you mention something like this, it is like a recommender system. Meaning you have data, information that to suggest to the people, kan? Which exercise is suitable, macam mana? Macam tu ke?
Exercise mana yang boleh dengan patient tu.
So it is like a recommender system. So kat sini, when I look into this your problem statement ni, research question, you mentioned about how to design and develop a profiling model. What does profiling model do?
Before recommend dia orang punya exercise.
So kat sini sepatutnya you kena to how to develop lah kan. Siapa supervisor awak?
Dr. Azliza.
Dia tunjuk how to develop lah kan. Lepas tu baru you buat sistem. Kalau you nak ada sistem lah. Kalau you nak buat sampai setakat ni, dia jadi setakat ni lah. Kalau ada sistem, a prototype later, you boleh ada prototype lah. Okay? Okay tak? Tapi ini banyak sangat ni. You need to, bila you baca lagi, I think you need to focus which part that you want to look into. Sebab I think rehabilitation ni is a program kan, and then there are many in the program there are many activities, betul tak? I'm not sure but I believe in that. Mesti banyak cardiac rehab program ni, and then I think you need to focus. You have the data right now for this?
Right now not yet.
Is there any backup plan for this data? If you cannot get it from hospital or any rehab facility?
Dr. Aziza cakap dia akan bagi data daripada hospital UITM.
Oh ya ke? Kalau ada data tak apa. Okay? I just ni je.
Aku tengah mendirilah aku
after
bangun.
that you kena ni lah. You kena tengoklah scope dia.
Bodoh. Panjang babi bodoh dia suruh baca ni.
Nasib baik aku tak kena ni. If you have a lot of data then you can do it within the time. Remember,
kalau tengok lah aku tengok dua page mat penuh dengan Gina punya.
So kena tengok lah.
Ada yang Nadia tu sangkut lama gila. 1 jam dia
banyak masa nak buat. And what kind of model? Yang ni model pun you belum study lagi kan? What are the related model? So kat sini dekat you punya ni research background ni kena dah ada lah apa model-model yang orang dah buat. Ataupun any solution yang orang buat for the rehab ni. Okay? Is there any system ke ataupun manual ke lagi proses dia? Alright? Boleh?
Boleh.
Alamak nama jadi lupa dah pula, awak tak tulis nama.
Harisman.
Siapa nama?
Muhammad.
Harisman, sorry ya. Harisman So okay Harisman. Tajuk ni kena tukar kena revise.
Sama-sama.
Yes, you need to revise this. Research
dia
background also.
Buat tu suara dia.
So kena add on the what are the previous solution. Okay.
Nak buat assignment esok present CTU.
So problem ni I think nampak macam okay lah problem ni. And, cuma when you mention about cost, how your solution will reflect the cost. Tu you kena ada. Nanti kalau saya sebagai examiner later, I will ask about this. You mention about problem about cost kan? So how your system or your solution can help probably to reduce cost ke kan? Mungkin macam mana? How it works? Macam tu. So you need to have the idea for that. It's okay to put cost. The solution letter should be able to consider that cost. Reduce ke? Okay? Alright?
Nali. Gongzo.
Okay, Harisman? Alright.
Gongzo.
Okay. Okay. Next.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, lama.
Tak ada dah. Ada siapa nak minta saya tengok dah 5:52 sekarang?
Saya doktor. Boleh
tak
Fatih
sempat
Natasha.
Next week.
Iqbal.
Iqbal doktor.
Iqbal. Apa dulu ni, Iqbal ke? Siapa yang bercakap tadi?
Siapa
Saya Dr. Fatin.
Fatin.
Dengar.
Siapa you
Mana-mana
masukkan
boleh.
Fatin?
Ha?
Okay. Actually minggu depan kita ada one sesi lagi kan untuk tengok ni.
Oh
Kau
yeah.
you kena hantar 19 lah.
Oh,
Tapi you kena hantar 19 hari bulan.
saya punya seminit
Not later than that.
Dalam bahasa Mandarin pun
doktor.
lain baik.
Minggu depan kena
Bukan
hantar yang
tempat
ni je ke doktor?
Bila habis.
Ke kena tambah lagi banyak?
Saya nak
Macam Shah Alam jadi Shah
saya nak tiga
Anan.
benda ni betul kan apa yang saya komen tu.
Kuala Lumpur.
okey,
Saya nak
okey,
tiga benda kan. Saya kata kan.
Jolopo Yiyang. What the heck?
Saya kata nak back study problem statement dengan research objective. Saya nak tengok benda tu clear. Problem statement tu utamanya. Kena clear. Apa masalah dia. Background tu pun kena cantik lah. Okay, sentiment analysis internet service provider based on customer satisfaction on Twitter. Ceritalah sikit.
So problem statement saya ni berdasarkan pemilihan internet lah zaman COVID kan. So after COVID ni macam ramai household yang memerlukan servis internet. So diorang macam akan kena pilih lah, lagi-lagi orang-orang yang dekat area kampung kan, yang tak ada pengetahuan sangat pasal internet ni kan. So macam diorang pun macam terpaksa daftar subscribe kepada servis internet. So itulah antara background problem statement saya tu. Yang fokus kepada orang-orang macam tu lah. And ada lagi lah tu pasal ada sikit-sikit faktor dia Kalau background study saya tu mostly pasal COVID and pasal movement control order yang menyebabkan yang problem ni berlaku, yang menyebabkan problem tu akan berlaku lah. Background saya tu. So dia macam sebab COVID lah mostly yang memaksa online punya shopping and ODL punya situation ni. So dia lead kepada problem statement saya yang background of study.
Okay, to identify factor to conduct sentiment analysis. So conduct ni maksud dia apa? Nanti kita tengok semula kita tengok research question dulu. Ni also kena revise ni your research question number 2. What are the factors for the perception of internet service provider? How to conduct sentiment analysis. Boleh lah kot how to conduct.
Nak tu lah cara macam nak buat sentiment analysis tu. Saya guna cara apa?
How to perform lah.
How to perform. Sebab kat bawah tu saya ada tulis yang kat project significant ke kat mana? Saya tak ingat. Kat bawah ada.
Saya tak nak baca lagi project significant sebab nak tengok yang ni dulu. Okay, this one. Okay, for your problem statement, which one is your problem?
Pasal
the problem statement.
Atasnya, problem statement.
Ini kan? I think this one. Lagi?
Tu yang pasal the needs of internet becoming extremely important dekat after COVID-19 tu. Atas.
Okay. Okay, lagi?
Lagi yang pasal
What is it?
Dr. Sophie.
Allah, kerja nak
Okay.
Pasal
lagi?
Tu doktor yang some research on internet package tu. To do some research yang many household that have a little knowledge about the ISP need to do some research on internet package that may be hard for them.
Okay. Okay, nampak punya problem ni.
Then the availability tu macam factor yang lead kepada problem tu lah. Macam yang Wewenawah punya problem tu kan, yang dia kat Sabah tu, yang kena panjat pokok untuk cari line tu. So saya macam relatekan dengan problem yang tu lah.
Okay. So your expected outcome?
expected outcome saya kat bawah research significant tu lah yang saya
Jadi
buat
pening
dashboard
lah.
system
Untuk
will
exam
be
aku
built
kena
to apa tu
sebut
to
ni suara
visualize
kecil
the
lah, Kak.
finding of
Tunggu
the
anjing aku
sentiment
kan. Suara
kat
kau
bawah
paling
kan.
nak
jelas
buat
tu.
ni lah.
Suara macam peragut
Okay,
lah.
so sentiment
paling
analysis ni
dalam
mungkin ada
lah, macam berapa
model
orang
tu nanti tau.
dengan
So
perempuan
baca
dengan
dulu apa
jenggot.
solution guna buat for the sentiment Okay, to right. Okay, kena buat yang tu. So barulah dia
So apa yang kau satu kan?
ada
Bagi gambar.
model dan sebagainya. And then later baru buat the dashboard.
Okay.
Sama YouTube ada.
Thank you,
Siapa
Doktor.
tadi?
Dia ada boyfriend.
Fatin Anis Natasha.
Siapa tu? Okay.
Saya.
Okay.
Saya.
Siapa yang seminit tadi tu nak cakap tu Okay,
Fatin kata dia seminit ni.
Tak, Dr. Lat.
Okay. Macam okay dah ni research question ni macam follow je sebelum ni siapa-siapa buat kan. Then
Azizah tolong.
Tasik. Member jadi tasik.
Okay.
Tasik.
Yang lain tu tak jumpa supervisor lagi lah tu.
Jadi cuit.
Ada ni nak jumpa supervisor Okay.
Ni kalau aku
Okay,
mesti
cerita.
cikgu
So basically the system is to detect
Okay, tak apa terus. Saya betulkan
system
ni. Okay, betul.
Sistem ni untuk detect diastema. Diastema ni adalah small gap yang occur dekat gigi kita. Dia ada dua situation. Satu, diastema ni before buat braces. Second one is situation bila dah pakai braces dan dah buka braces tu, dia jadi small gap. Untuk research ni fokus on second situation which is diastema occur after braces are removed. So untuk detect diastema ni, doktor guna manually je. Dia guna clinical examination and diagnosis. Dia guna x-ray image, dia akan trace manually. So this research untuk buat sistem lah untuk detect diastema using x-ray image.
Anjing.
Okay, so problem
Anjing. Asal 3 kali mat anjing. Anjing.
There is no system or machine learning tools to do examination and diagnosis. Lepas tu yang ayat last, some patient develop a mild diastema at early stage, but then the gap become larger because the undetected tooth movement at early
Untuk
stage.
assignment aku tadi menganjing Nadia.
Macam
are you sure that there is no system?
Lidah
Are you
keras
sure that there
suara
is no
kuat sangat
system?
Dah
check dah semua?
saya cari tak ada sistem, doktor. Dia just guna ada tulis dia guna x-ray image je, dia trace.
Tengah-tengah start kelas ni potong pokok baik. Buka speaker
Doktor,
potong pokok.
Kena cari lagi kot. Try find out more.
Lepas aku jumpa udah
alright,
sekom
doktor.
dah mati
Relay
lama mat
system,
tepi filter.
Okay, so try cari je. Kita nak cakap no system tu mungkin I'm not sure lah. Kalau betul tak ada,
Dah berapa lama baik kat situ.
Alright, doktor.
So kena for the time being dan cari lagi ya. Alright,
Okay.
so research question statement. Okay, I think research background is there, but you need to have a
Mesti ada
solution
punya,
lah for a gap. Tiba-tiba
Dia
machine
detect.
learning kan?
Dia gap.
You need to have some.
Alright, doktor.
Okay, masukkan. Kat sini kena ada citation. Somewhere here. Kena ada citation
Okay.
Okay? Okay, Fatin.
Thank you, doktor.
Okay. Next. Ada lagi yang belum saya tengok? Macam semua dah tengok Yang lain macam mana? Tak nak hantar you all dalam kelas ada 30 kan? Mana semua orang pergi? Siapa yang saya belum tengok? Tolong bagi tahu. Ada belum tengok lagi you punya.
Ada half.
No, not yet.
Ada dekat sini ke?
Ada.
Ni ada. Okay. Panjang je dia punya. Nak tengok ni. Okay, Adha. Can you explain?
Sure.
Mental.
Okay, so for the background of project, so as you know, I'm going for identifying mental illnesses. So in the background project, I talk about what is health in general first. I went for the definition and how it has evolved over the years. I've mentioned that the final definition was in 1948 and that it stayed there until now. From there, I took out the definition itself and then I separated it from physical, mental, and social well-being. From there, I explained it again and explained how physical disability or physical trauma can affect the mental stability. And then I went on and said that other than that, there will be other factors that can contribute to the development of mental illnesses. And I believe that from there, I explained how right now there are a few research papers that have tried to identify mental illnesses using Reddit, somewhat similar project that I'm going for. However, the main difference is that they are using unsupervised learning. However, I'm doing semi-supervised learning, so that's a difference there. So for the problem statement, I've mentioned that right now, there's a lot of people that are refusing to see certified medical assistance. Some of them are refusing to go to the hospital. One reason is that the medical fee can be expensive. Another is they might have the fear of doctors, which is called as latrophobia, I believe. So that would be that's the problem statement right there. So my main goal is to create a platform that the potential patients can simply write down what they are feeling, their confessions, their secrets and all that. From there, I'll try to identify the mental illness that they might have. Any concerns?
So you will have data later?
I'm planning to do my own data collection using Reddit. I'll script my own.
Okay. Who are your potential actor for that?
I'm sorry, come again?
How you want to collect illness? How you want to collect data set?
Okay, so in data collection, there's two ways. One way is doing data scraping. One way is using the API. So Reddit has supplied the API endpoint, the API URL, so that I can simply take the data from their own database. So it's not scraping from the website, it's getting it from their database.
Okay, so there is no issue in terms of data. We hope that. So please, fill up the ethics form though.
Yes.
Everyone, ethics form, please. I think in week 7 macam tu you can start isi ataupun awal lagi. If there is a need for ethics, I mean it is a critical for ethics. Discuss dengan supervisor. Is it critical to have ethics? So if there is a critical, then you need to do earlier ethics forms.
Alright, understood.
I think supervisor should know about this. Sebab kita tak nak nanti bila settle, you ada issue tak ethics tak settle lagi. We don't want that. So that's why consider this. Okay, I think okay from here. Okay. Okay. Okay, for the research question.
Okay.
The first one, what is the optimal number of topics? How do you know that it's optimal?
So LDA is similar to a clustering method. In clustering, we have to specify the number of clusters. So one way is to use the elbow method, where it tracks the performance of each cluster. So I'll be using that to find the optimal number of topics for the LDA model. That's one way of doing it.
Okay.
To add on for the elbow method, I'm sorry?
Okay, how many, do you think that how many possible parameters that you want? How do you know it is optimal? The number of topics. How do you know it is optimal that when you test it?
Okay, so from what I've studied, LDA has two parameters that we can look at to see the performance. One is the alpha parameter and the other is the beta. So ideally, we want to have a low value for the alpha, and then we want to have a high value for the beta. A low value for the alpha means that each document will be associated with a particular topic. In this case, that topic is the mental illness. And the beta, if I am not mistaken, that high beta will have each of the words will be in each topic. So let me rephrase that. So each topic will have an abundance of words associated to that.
Okay, you will do a lot of later evaluation, right?
Yes,
Based on
I
the
will.
parameter.
Mhm.
Okay, so ANN architecture, how it works?
So I mentioned that I'm going for a semi-supervised learning method, where LDA is the unsupervised, and then from the LDA, it will classify the unlabeled data with the mental illnesses. So from there, I have to use, one way is to use ANN or any supervised method to train the model with the label data that I have. From there, I have to decide how many layers do I want in the ANN architecture, how many neurons in each layer, in the hidden layer, sorry.
I think number 2 research question, I suggest, what is the ANN unsupervised learning methods is suitable, okay, for the two cluster apa tadi ya?
Topics.
Mental
Mental
topics.
illnesses.
Yeah, mental illness.
Yes.
Neuron is very specific, just for because when you do neural network, it could be many methods, right? So I think you need to revise that part. Okay, number 3, what is the ideal?
The third one is still being decided. Sorry, come again?
Already. Number 2 is how the suitable ANN, unsupervised learning technique. Number 2, research question number 2. Therefore, research number 3, I think it is will be same. It is the same as number 2. When you find the suitable, you will get the suitable methods, suitable unsupervised learning technique to deal with that. All right.
Very well. Okay.
Is there anything that you want to do? I think okay already. There is a big thing already. You need to do the first one. A lot of things, a lot of steps you need to consider. And number 2 also how to. Is there any system that you want to come up with?
Yes, I would like to develop my own API where the user can.
So fun.
Okay. So number 3 is
to develop.
How to develop your API.
Yep, very well. Prof, you mentioned that I should revise the second one, the neurons and the ideal supervised learning algorithm. I should revise on that. The second and the fourth one, yes?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Fourth one ni I think kena delete je.
Okay, sure. Why not?
This one also revise and delete. This one. Ni what is a suitable lah. Unsupervised learning.
Yes.
So ni I'm not tight. So you
Ah,
type
right, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I get it.
Supervised learning to apa?
Okay, sure.
Right, and then to how to develop.
Yep.
Develop what? API ke, prototype ke, whatever. Right?
Very well.
So okay. Example traditional program. Cuma problem statement ni I rasa baca balik and make it like macam saya cerita tadi dekat other students. Find out the real problem. Okay, real problem.
Very well.
You boleh tak apa bold the real problem tu. Saya suka juga kalau macam tu. Bold je. The problem the exact problem bold. So easy for us to write.
Okay, sure. I'll take note of that. Yes.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so
thank you,
we have
Prof.
finished who actually submitted. Okay. Welcome. Ada lagi tak ada? Saya rasa semua dah ada. What happened to others? Yang lain? Tak siap lagi ke? Ni 22 orang ni. Tak ada dalam kelas. Mana pergi semua orang? Dah pukul 6 So please prepare. Please prepare.
Okay, Doktor.
Next week. I think next week pun kita akan tengok benda ni. So to those who are I have checked it. Please do a bit in class also. Okay? Because time to time we need to upgrade. We need to upgrade our proposal, our things that we have done. Because time to time I will share new things lah. Okay, tips ke for the writing. Okay, questions, anything? Then I end the class today. Tak ada soalan Alright, all the best. Please prepare for others please upload. Please upload your work. Please upload your work in here. Right? Please. Okay. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.